Bringing home a new pet is a time filled with excitement. Everyone takes joy in finding the perfect name, and who doesn't love to play with an energetic new dog or cuddle with a purring kitten? But pet ownership is much more than the fun stuff. Adding a pet to any family is a big commitment, and one that all potential owners need to be sure they're prepared to take on.
Before adopting a pet, people really need to look at their lifestyle. Primarily, do you have time for a pet? And there's no shame if you don't have time, if you have a long commute, if you get home late at night, if you have a day that's like 10 to 12 hours, you may want to reconsider even having a pet at all. So you just want to be prepared ahead of time what it takes. If you are living in somewhere that you're renting, if you're going to move, if your family life is going to change, you want to make sure that you incorporate everything that's going on in your life and just make sure that a pet is going to be a good addition. But once you do decide to include a pet into your family, you want to make sure you have time for it. You want to make sure that you have resources for it, and that is time and financial.
An animal is going to take a lot of your time, especially if you're getting a puppy or a kitten. It's just like bringing a baby into your home. There's going to be some sleepless nights. There's going to be a lot of chewed up things that maybe you didn't want chewed up. They're going to have a lot of energy, and if you don't give them time to get that energy out and give them a conductive way to get rid of that energy, then they're going to find ways to get rid of that energy that you're probably not going to be happy with. And as far as the money part of it, the first cost would be acquiring your pet. Here at Animal Control, we adopt adult dogs for $92.50, and puppies are $150, and cats and kittens are $97.50. With us, with Animal Control, it includes spay, neuter, microchip, county license, rabies, bordetella. There's a long list of things that includes, so it's a pretty good bang for your buck from us. Then, of course, there's food, and you want to make sure you give your animal a good grade of food. There's the things that they're going to need, like if it's a cat, there's litter boxes, the well animal exams. Then you always have to think that possibly something catastrophic could happen and you're going to have to go to an emergency vet. I mean, you have to be prepared for those things.
Providing the basics of food, water, shelter, and vet care are vitally important aspects of pet ownership, but there's more to consider. Caring for the social and emotional needs of an animal is also key.
Right now, people tend to have very busy lives between family life and working and commuting and other activities going on and social media. There's a lot that takes away from pet ownership. So you want to make sure that if you have a pet in your family, that you're including them as part of your family. Dogs especially are very social beings, so they need to be incorporated into your family as part of your family. So if you're adopting a dog, you want to make sure that you take into consideration how you're going to implement or include this animal in your family, whether it be family activity, whether it be going on vacation, whether it be just ball games and so forth. You want to make sure that somehow you can include that animal into your family and you don't gain a resentment because it's taking time out of your schedule. Cats as well. Sometimes people think that cats are very aloof. A lot of times cats are just as social as other creatures, and this little guy behind me is a good example. He's perfectly interested in what's going on. Even rodents need to get out for exercise time and interaction. Animals are not designed to live in cages.
Perhaps the biggest factor to consider when adopting a pet is whether or not you can commit to that animal for its entire life.
A lot of times people don't realize how long an animal can live. Depending on the breed of dog, dogs may live 10 to 15, 16, or even 18 years if they're smaller breeds. Cats can live an average of 15 years, but much longer. We're reading about better nutrition, keeping cats indoors and safe, making sure that they see the vet on a regular basis can extend their life. So you want to make sure that you commit to your animal when you first get an animal to their whole entire life.
If you have questions about whether or not a pet will be a good addition to your family, contact the Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center.